Solo grappling drills, line drills, right? So shrimping, feet have to come close to your butt, and we want to make progress down the mat. So each time you extend your legs, you got to bring your feet towards your butt so that you can make progress going down the mat for your backward shrimps. From here, forward shrimp, you use one foot to dig into the mat, hands get thrown behind your head, and again, you want to be progressing, down the mat. So you have to throw your hips forward and throw those hands behind your head. Next up is the bear crawl. Sometimes we see these guys like kind of go crazy with these. Make sure that they are doing it with proper technique. Same thing when they go backwards. They have to put weight in their hands. That's a big mistake sometimes we see. Next up is a gorilla run, which is different than a frog jump. Notice I'm going nice and slow here so you guys can see I'm not jumping up. I'm reaching forward and dragging my feet behind me. Next up are the Granby rolls. Sliding on to a shoulder. One shoulder starts, you lean, and then you lean onto the other shoulder. The way I describe it is like doing a cartwheel on the ground using your shoulders as your hands, right? So feet are going to come up and over your head. It is not a forward roll. It's very different. So there's our Granby rolls. Next up, we have our Spartan walks or alligators or crocodiles. I've heard them be called all different kinds of things. But we're challenging ourselves to stay low. Takes a bit of coordination, but once these guys get it, they actually enjoy that one. Next up, we have our little core drill where you're trying to get, it took me a second to get to find the right rhythm. So you're going to use your hips to guide you down the mat. When they get about halfway down, they're going to do a little switch. And then see how my hands are going the opposite direction of my hips. So finding that momentum to finish that out. Okay. Next up, we're going to have our back break fall, chin tucked, turn, and technical stand-up. So if this is in black belt class, we want to encourage them to practice their technical stand-up on both sides. They all have a favorite side. I do too. But we want to make sure that they're doing both sides correctly. Next up, forward rolls. Make sure we're going over our shoulder. Again, encouraging them. They're all going to have a favorite side. But now that they're black belts, practicing over both shoulders. Same thing with the back roll. Start from standing, drop, back break fall, and encourage them to practice going over each shoulder so they're proficient at doing both sides.